Hope you're all doing well. It is Wednesday, November 29th, 2023, and we're almost done with the first full month of Silent Hill Ascension, and I'm still trying to decide what the hell I'm even gonna do going forward. I'm so on the fence with this. When Ascension, before it launched, and everything like that, I was like, yeah, good or bad, I'm just gonna follow it. Good or bad, I'm just gonna follow it, every single day, and for the sake of completion, for the sake of archiving and being a Silent Hill know-it-all, I was like, I'm just gonna stick with it and follow every single day of it. And about a week into it, I was like, oh my god, a week of this is so fucking horrible, and it's supposed to be like 6 months, and then they changed their mind and they're like 8 months, and then they took away weekends, and it's like now it's like a full year because they got to add on extra weeks to make up for the weekends where they don't show it. And I'm like, oh god, it just keeps getting worse. And they just keep dragging it out further. And I'm like, I don't think I can do this every day. I don't think I can keep doing this shit. So I'm trying to figure out what we're even going to be doing once December hits. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to be interacting with Ascension less and maybe just doing weekly recaps. Maybe even less than that, and just do a fucking like monthly recap. Maybe never ever look at it or interact with it again after the end of November. I have no idea. Just let this piece of shit die. I'm kind of with you. Potato. Like I said, never sounds pretty good. Never sounds pretty fucking good at this point out of all of those options. I wouldn't mind going back to just doing some classic Silent Hill game story playthroughs and speedruns and stuff, and just sit around and wait for Silent Hill 2 Remake or whatever comes out next. Maybe Short Message. Most likely Silent Hill 2 Remake will be the next thing. But since there's a description for the demo for the Australian ratings board, we could potentially get Short Message before that, even though it's never even been officially announced. Set up an AI to run the channel. I mean, we could do that. We have all the technology and capabilities to do that now. We could get our good friends Alex and Mark to to do our Ascension streams. I'm sure placing more of the workload on AI definitely won't result in a drop in quality of the stream channel. One thing you shouldn't forget, you'll need to build up your hope meter before facing Silent Hill 2 Remake, and Ascension isn't helping. No, that's true. It's very true. It's Wednesday. We should be getting a pre-show. Hirimi, I don't know if you're around, if you wanted to join for a short pre-show. Pre-show should be starting in about 12 minutes. But, let's see. Oh, production. I think production is setting things up.
My mic needs power in order to work.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, I keep getting the occasional buffers on your stream, and I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah, we are still dropping frames. My bitrate is still shit, and I'm sure Also, talking through Discord while streaming is probably not helping, because that's just eating up more upload that is already in short supply. So yeah, I can see my bitrate tanking in OBS for the sake of Discord right now.
Well, all right, everybody. Thanks for joining us for the pre-show.
Yeah. It was great to have you. Really quick, while we've got you, before if people can even watch this or if it's too buffery, I have no idea. But before everything disconnects and erupts into flames, since you've kind of seen some of the behind the scenes stuff, are you looking forward to the next few days?
Oh, I am. I very much am. There's some fun stuff on the horizon here. Of course, I can't go too far into it or I'll be killed, but there's some fun stuff coming up.
Yeah,
and everybody make sure you keep tuning in.
It's a pretty strict NDA, so. But all right, I'm going to try to salvage my bitrate here and close Discord.
Yeah, let's save the bandwidth. We'll see you next time, everybody.
All right. Thanks, man.
Later.
Yeah, Discord's definitely not doing me any favors. Let's go ahead and kill that process. Meow, 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 meow. Such a good pre-show. Probably our best one yet, actually. We've got a scam point prediction also currently open. Will there be a pre-show Eduardo today? We did not get an Eduardo on Monday's pre-show. Do you think tonight will be Eduardo? Or do you think we're going to get more Noah and Layla? What do you think? Will we get an Eduardo sighting tonight? I feel like we haven't seen our favorite boy in quite a while. We don't deserve Eduardo, to be honest. We really don't. We honestly don't. The man's a fucking genius. He's a Magic the Gathering competitive tournament champion. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, that's not a joke or anything. We really don't deserve Eduardo. He turned down millions and millions of dollars being a full-time professional Magic the Gathering player to bring us Ascension 3 days a week personally. Like, serious fucking shoutouts to Eduardo. All right, predictions are in. We're gonna find out in about 8 minutes. I have a reward available. Oh, we got the Carl face palm. Hell yes. Look at that. I've got 11 entries. I told people not to buy any more tickets when it was around like 200 or something. And I can see nobody listened. 1 total cameo prize. This is all just everyone competing for 1 spot too. While we wait, gonna play some Shattered Memories on Wii. Very nice. It's my favorite version. That's the true version of Shattered Memories. If you play it on PS2 or PSP, you are denying yourself the full Shattered Memories experience. Out of all the Western developed games, I enjoy Shattered Memories. It is not completely offensive to me, as opposed to pretty much all the others. What if the spot is to be a boss? That would honestly be cool if your cameo showed up and like was the boss during an endure section. I would think that would be way cooler than Cage Face McFlamehead running out while you tap a QTE. I mean, no matter what, you'd be tapping a QTE, but that would make the cameos during the endure sections at least feel a little bit better. Also, is the stream watchable right now? We're dropping. We've already dropped like 12,000 frames in 13 minutes. And I've lowered the bit rate like as low as I can before it starts just looking like a bowl of oatmeal instead of a stream. Because yeah, the internet is tanking completely again. Like my bit rate is lowered down to 3,000 and we're dropping frames because it keeps dipping down to like 2,000. Oh, and now it's like completely gone. Oh, and now it's back. Is it back? Is it dead? Am I alive? I don't even know anymore. It's buffering. Can anyone still see the stream? We might have to do this as a recap, unfortunately. I've done this before when we had internet issues. Yeah, we're back. I did this before when we had internet issues. I'll have to like edit stuff together. In fact, let me just go ahead and start recording everything locally. So that we can get all that going. The music sounds like your Walkman is running out of batteries. Yeah, I'm locally recording it. I just started locally recording, so that way I can at least slap together and edit an episode out of this, even if the internet dies. We'll record the dev pre and post show. We'll get all that stuff. Is this part of the scan point system? Everything is part of the scan point system. This is all working as intended. Shout outs to Cox Communications for really bringing the full commitment to the everything is shit bit going on. Guess the lions don't like the frost we had this morning. Yeah, it finally got cold enough that there was like frost and stuff on the ground here, so could be the cold is causing some issues, cold and wet. It doesn't take much to fuck up the internet wires and shit around here. Hey, Tanoshi. Good luck for today's episode. No pre-show. No, should be a pre-show in about a minute and a half. Hey, what's up, Jago? But yeah, we should have a pre-show and post-show. My internet is like complete dog shit tonight, and even just having Discord open was causing me to drop frames. So right now, how to get rid of that? Thought it was 30 minutes? No, it's 20 minutes. They start 20 minutes before the episode. Yeah, no pre-pre. We had a pre-pre, just a very, very small pre-pre. Very short pre-pre. How many people do you think are actually contributing to this experience? It's got to be making basically zero money for Konami. It's difficult to get an idea because there's no real good sense for engagement numbers. But I would imagine it's in the very, very low thousands. I would estimate maybe around 1,000 people, and out of that 1,000 people, it's probably maybe like 2% that have actually contributed any kind of money towards it. All right, it's time. Pre-show. I mean pre-show. 35. Yeah, they keep saying millions of players. There's no way it's millions. Unless they're selling user data to anyone willing to pay $1. I have no clue how this makes money at all. The user data thing could definitely be part of it. Because they don't put ads or anything in it. It's strictly people who buy season passes or influence point bundles.
Hello, everybody.
Eduardo.
Welcome to the Silent Hill Ascension pre-show. I'm Eduardo, joined here by
Make sure the people get their points.
Going to walk us through, well, what we're about to see tonight and pretty much every weekday.
Yeah, as with most Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, here is our run of show. Right now, it
Enjoy
is
those scam points,
Pacific,
Eduardo
which means you are
believers.
here with myself and Eduardo.
You deserve them.
For our pre-show at 6 o'clock Pacific, you'll see the main show of Silent Hill Ascension, and then as soon as Endure is done, you will come right back to us for a nice post-show hang for the post-show.
Yeah, gotta stick
Eduardo,
around for that
you got any
post-show.
details for me
They
about
always
what,
talk about the most
Silent Hill
important
Ascension
things during the
is?
post-show.
Yes, of course. If you're here, you probably know it already. Silent Hill Ascension is a socially interactive streaming series where all
Let's
of you
explain.
At home collectively shape and experience its ever-evolving story.
We're 29 days deep.
With ours to try to make the choices you want to see. Now, when the
Better
decision
explain
ends,
it from the
choice
top
locks in as
for the
canon,
newcomers.
And that's the version of the show everyone sees. It's a canon story shaped by all of you, the participating audience, every day. And we're gonna see that scene that really makes it lock in.
All those millions of new users every day. They don't know what's going on. All the people who just logged in today. All the noobs.
And Toby is going to find himself transported from the severing ritual to a strange place with an ominous threat. Our production team's going to throw that on air. If you haven't had a chance,
none of this is archived,
yet,
so
or if
only
you just want to rewatch it,
only people who tune in live
well, enjoy it as
see
you
this. This is not archived. It's not part of the Tubi. Yeah. If you're tuning in for this garbage live on day 29, like you know how it works by now.
How?
Oh, we have to relive the loss of our sad wet man.
Shit! Shit! Shit!
Toby, what is...
Rachel, we have to finish this. We have to end the withering.
And the withering.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
Toby,
Don't stop being a cold-hearted bitch on me now.
I
right.
fell and hurt my tummy. And then the collector shows up. Get hyped for the collector appearance.
Welcome back, everybody.
Is everyone
I
excited?
Hope you enjoy that again as best you can, because it's time for us to discuss the moment.
Can you believe a
the
collector
story
showed
so
up?
far, and today Layla is specifically wearing
We're
black.
supposed. That's supposed to be a big deal. Jacob was
Yeah.
very specifically
Now,
saying
Eduardo,
on
I know
Twitter
that our
that that's a big
prompt
deal.
Is to say that we hope you enjoyed that, but
Let me pull up
did
the tweet.
I mean, that's the thing with like horror, right? Is
They're not saying anything important. Really quickly, Jacob said 1 day ago, Toby was collected tonight, meeting his final fate. It didn't have to be this way. We weren't sure the collector would actually show up since it depended on a combination of factors. So
what's the word I'm looking for, Eduardo? Where you form a relationship with someone who doesn't know
even
you.
they didn't know the collector would
yeah.
show
Or
up.
socially
Even if
widowed,
they
that's
knew
what I am.
Toby
I'm
was going to
socially
die,
widowed. Yes.
there was a lot of factors
That's
that went
totally
into the
reasonable.
collector
And
showing
that's
up.
the thing.
So that was supposed to be
definitely, like,
a
for sure, that
rare
was a very
treat.
key moment where we saw Toby vanish.
Except
We're actually
nobody
going to
knows how any of
delve
this
later
shit
into some of the
works, and
systems
nobody
around
knows
that,
the significance
what
of
Toby's
anything
disappearance really
because they
means
haven't
here.
given us context for
But it's
anything
not just
in a
Toby's
month worth of
disappearance. There are many
story.
ways to disappear that aren't just death.
So no
We
one
saw
gave a
yesterday
shit.
Some scenes actually, well, where Astrid started panicking legitimately for a good reason here.
Yeah, you know.
I thought we voted to turn it on
When
Rachel.
I was little, I used to play this game
No,
with my mom where we
they-
would, like, hold hands and swing
it's
hands,
rigged.
but I would
They-
just, like,
it was
vanish,
neck
I
and
have
neck
very
at the
light
last second.
footfalls, so I'm hard
And
to
Toby
find.
sacrificed himself
so I have
one at the very
firsthand
last second.
seen the panic of a parent when they first can't find their kid.
It's crazy how that's happened
whether or not
like
they're
so many
mischievous like
times
me or, like,
already.
fully vanished.
It's almost like
Eduardo,
it's
we don't yet
rigged
know
to
why.
try to motivate
No,
people
that's the
to
thing, right?
buy
We don't
influence
know
points.
Why Orson's missing kind of was there at the funeral and then just was unfindable. All that really could
Allegedly.
be found. Ironically, was Ingrid both alive and dead at the same time. You know, not the greatest thing to do here. I mean, to be fair, I did like that Astrid got to call her a monster. That was a decision that the audience chose.
Yeah,
pretty
Astrid got to
much
call her a
not- I
monster.
don't mean unanimously, but really strongly so.
Yeah, she did not mince words whatsoever at that funeral, and I did like that.
Astrid got
she
all
then got immediately
Pissed
called
off
out.
at Carl for kissing.
You know, now with
Meta.
Toby gone, Ingrid is kind of
And,
our
like,
new,
How dare you not have any
there,
respect
but
for
not
Mama?
there
She's not even in the
companion, right?
ground
Whereas
yet.
Joy was that before, now we have Ingrid, and I'll tell you. I
And then the
prefer Joy.
eulogy was like, my
Yeah,
mother was a
and I mean,
fucking
Joy
bitch.
wasn't
She was a
exactly
monster.
The most likable character in this situation, but Ingrid is a piece of work, as they say.
Like,
But
which is it,
anyways, we're going
Astrid?
to- you know, there's a
Do you
decision
care or do you
going
not
on
care?
With Astrid and Ingrid today, that's
It doesn't
closing
matter.
in just a bit. You'll see that scene, Layla.
Because the
production
audience
team's gonna
decides
start it up,
without any
and,
sort of context.
You're gonna do us, I guess.
So
the
there's no
pleasure of
consistency to
introducing
your
us to this
character.
decision.
Or anyone's
Absolutely.
character.
So our big question for the day is, what will Astrid do about Ingrid? She can either call
Ooh.
for help or follow her into the woods. Now,
What will
Eduardo,
Astrid do about
there is,
Ingrid? Will she call for help or
quite a
follow her
famous
into the
musical about
woods?
following old ladies into the woods, and I don't think that one turned out very well for the characters. So I'll say
They swear it's written by real people?
That's fair.
Every
But
single
one of the
word.
things here is this is one of the rare binary
tens of
decisions we
thousands
have.
of
Also,
words.
Often, you as the audience get to choose between three options. This time, there's only two. It's not a fake decision. It's really a decision what, like, how you'd kind of like to see the action continue to go. And
Jacob said every
part of
word
the
in
fun of
Ascension
horror.
was written by
we
real
clearly know that
people,
following
many of whom
a,
have long-running
come-back-to-life
careers
spirit,
in
so to speak,
writing,
or body,
including
or,
Telltale
whatever
titles,
the-
Pixar
whatever
titles,
Ingrid is here.
Gears of War,
into the
Ragnarok,
woods.
Resident
Not
Evil
a
Village.
smart decision. But it's the same as
Those
it's the
writers
same thing moving on the plot
wrote
as we got
Silent Hill Ascension.
You want as an audience to see some moments that kind of make
Real
sense
people.
as to why something maybe horrible happens.
They
Right now,
wrote
that decision
in
is leading, right,
The man
where,
who picks berries
Astrid's
and
gonna
makes
follow Ingrid into
jams.
the woods.
They
Which,
wrote in the
we
drug
all know
dealer
is
who asks
probably
for
not the right
blood,
call,
and
but
it's
maybe
never
the more
explained.
entertaining call.
Yeah, you know, the version of the phrase I like to go with is curiosity.
Actual
killed the
human
cat, but
beings.
satisfaction brought it back. So let's see if we can get some satisfaction from that choice. But while we were preparing for the show, you and I were actually discussing that if I were playing this, you know, if this were a game and not an interactive stream, this is where I would maybe save scum and like see what happens.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the fun of the interactive streaming format because these decisions get locked in. There is no safe scumming for me or anyone else.
Right, that's the thing. That's an important thing. Decisions are time locked, right? Once they happen,
Yep.
they happen. What
Yep.
happened to Toby? happened to Toby. That's the story. So
No
so
reset
that's a
button.
big, the key thing is, it's also what, you know, puts the stakes up for you at home is, you know, while there is pride and joy in seeing the different possibilities, it's also, I hope, entertaining for you at home to go, this is what happened. We're gonna live with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all gonna
Live-
collectively decide it. and we're
Live
gonna
with the guilt
collectively
that
live
you
with it.
caused Toby's death.
So actually, we have another graphic. Speaking of Toby's dear departure, we have another graphic to talk about our Fate and Hope system, if production will indulge me. And in terms of Fate and Hope, decisions, endurance scenes, and puzzles all contribute to whether characters will face redemption, suffering, or damnation.
What is your
in
favorite
Silent Hill
fruit to eat in
Ascension's
public?
finale.
What?
Their fate is decided across the length of the entire
Is this a real
season.
choice?
A character's hope needs to be high enough for them to
What? No? Okay.
Well, so the big thing right here is that essentially
Is this a
in
joke?
idea
Is this
of an
their
interactive
idea of a
series, right?
joke?
It's we go on, we see what happens. There are long-term outcomes to what is going on. Some of your decisions, like the one about Astrid and Ingrid, are in the moment, so to
It's
speak.
just
right?
supposed
You're
to be like an
discovering what's
example.
Going on, you know, it's there. Now, what we put on screen is actually a fun example of what
Okay.
a redemption, suffering, damnation.
It's a
option
fun
might be. I'll
example. It's
delve
just a
into
fun
that in a
example.
bit. But essentially, the idea is there are long-term.
Thank you, Eduardo,
consequences to
for the
your actions. They're
clarification.
not
This
just
is why I'm
locked to in the
glad
moment.
Eduardo's
So,
here.
If your favorite fruit to eat in public is a durian, you are going to make life miserable for a lot of people around you, and as a result, that might have longer-term consequences. Whereas eating a strawberry probably not so much, and you know, grapefruit, it kind of depends. It is really a suffering to open that in public. So we put that option up as a little fun example, but
Don't like to eat
fundamentally,
fruit
that's
in
what it is.
public?
What you do
I don't like to eat in public
for these
in general.
characters has consequences.
In fact, in a lot of parts of the
long-term.
world, it's
Now,
considered
you as the
really
audience can
rude
interact on what that
to
they
eat
get to
anything in
do.
public.
So,
Like,
Lilith,
you're
you
not
can
really
introduce
supposed to eat in
us
public
to
around
influence
most of
points and how they
Japan.
work in the context of our story.
I would love to. So once a decision is made by the audience, it is canon. There is no reset button. As I said earlier, no saves coming, right?
No
These
reset button.
decisions are
No saves
defined
coming,
by the influence
Rachel.
points you, the audience, use to participate in them to influence the narrative.
Someone's got to ask him
The
if this is
more
an
influence
out-of-season April
points you
Fool's
have,
joke.
The more sway you have for the decisions you care about.
So I'm sure someone
You
would
can
ask them
earn
if the
influence
chat
points by
fucking works,
taking
but they
part
can't
in
even
endurance
figure out a
scenes during
simple
the live
profanity
show.
filter.
We'll explain those in a bit for those not familiar, or by doing puzzles. Alternatively, you can gain them via direct purchase or the season pass.
Right. So that's the thing, right? It's this idea that essentially influence points are how the show lives. It's essentially how it's doing. So we show you that example decision. What we're going to do from the influence points is essentially go and explain that one of the things we notice with you at the audience at home is we believe that you've understood how the fate system works, which is you're making your decision at home.
I don't
in
pretend
your
to know how any of
comfort,
this shit
you're choosing
works.
what's up, you
And I'm
understand
pretty
the stakes,
confident that
you know.
I've studied Ascension
Now, Hope
more
we believe, has been a
closely
little bit more
than
dicey,
most people who
and
interact
we
with
wanted
it.
to make clear on what's gone on. One of the key parts is you can't find Toby's hope because Toby is dead, and usually characters that are dead don't have hope. Now,
Is his hope meter
that's the
completely gone
thing.
now?
As Layla, of course, I'm sorry for that. Of course, Layla.
I know it hurts every time you say it, Eduardo, is the problem.
I'll check later. I'll check later.
Again, Toby's death. So big thing here. We essentially go and have to go like, okay, this character's all dark here, and part of that was not because you as the audience at home chose the redemption path, right? That doesn't necessarily mean survival, right? The hope was low. That can also
When
have
did
a large
Toby die?
influence. So-
Yesterday.
So as we go on, make sure to keep an eye on hope. We're actually going to throughout this show, afterwards as well as if you come back on Friday, we'll
Or
also do a
Monday.
little bit more of that. We'll try to explore again those avenues to kind of how to develop hope, how to make it a little bit stronger. One of the big things as well is when we're off the air from the live part, you can essentially do mindfulness puzzles, and that has a huge impact on hope.
Absolutely. I definitely like to think of it like my favorite coping mechanism, which is when I get a little bit stressed out, I just play Sudoku like the old man I was always born to be. So it's kind of,
Yeah,
I definitely
Sudoku.
understand the appeal of
Is that a teaser? Are we gonna get Sudoku as one of our new mindfulness puzzles?
Because when I play Sudoku and I make all those numbers go in a row, I definitely feel more hopeful.
No, for sure, and that's one of the big things. It's essentially it's this idea of, you know, you have to. There are many ways to help the
I mean, I hope they add
characters as you
Sudoku.
wish.
That would be kind of
and the
interesting.
endurance scenes that are coming up, we'll again explain those are also a key part of that.
If Silent Hill
So
Ascension
that's
keeps
the thing,
going,
right?
I might commit
Remember,
Sudoku.
It's not just about the decisions; it's about also trying to keep the. Well, I mean, again, it's a horror series. You might want characters to die, so if you want them to die, it's all good.
Yeah,
you're
it's
in
all
the
good.
right
If you
track,
want characters to die,
for
that's
that
fine.
side of things. So don't worry. If you want them to die, they're hoping low. Good for you. It's, you know, aside from
That's on you.
The important thing to remember is for the characters you like, you want
That's
the hope,
us.
to be high. You want the fate to be redeeming. Or suffering if you want them to suffer.
If they all
life.
die, it
And if you don't
ends,
like
right?
them,
No, absolutely
maybe down
not.
the nation path, see what's up. Remember, horseshoe.
Absolutely.
There's only two possible
It's
endings.
such a long con to,
And
to-
all
to get
branches lead
someone's
to
death,
those
you know,
endings.
using the hope system and pointedly ignoring.
So no matter
being able
what,
to
it's
raise
got to
it,
play out for
which
the
I
same
love. I
set
love a
amount of
long
time.
con, famously. So yeah, I think we gotta check out our current decision, which follow her into the woods is still winning, Eduardo. And I
Yeah,
think,
just
it's
follow
time for
your
you to
dead
help
mother
us
into the
head
woods,
towards
Astrid.
the
Who
end of our show.
cares? Who gives a
Yeah,
shit
of course.
anymore?
So again, our decision's closing soon. You got a couple of minutes still. You'll see the results live. Our show is going to start in about 5 minutes. So one of the things, right, is as usual, there's an endurance scene. Our production team's going to throw that on screen. Layla's going to describe essentially what you get to experience.
Oh my God, we're explaining.
and then we'll talk a little bit
Why
about
is this the
what's up
new
here.
fucking
Oh, absolutely. So
pre-show
one of our
segment
main story characters enters a room only to find one of
where
you,
we just
an audience
explain
member,
how
dead,
Endure works?
being
It's been
eaten by
it's been a
snarler. The
month.
snarler is a dog-like
It's been a
monster
month
that
and it's
feeds
been
on human
exactly the
flesh, and
same
is
every
definitely
single
not a boy
day.
you want to pet, and I do need to call out boy is spelled B-O-I in our
Like you
the
have a
character gets
video
attacked by another starler and
called
will
The
have to kick it off and
Essentials,
escape, avoiding obstacles thanks to
which
input
is
from
like
you,
the thing that
the
explains
audience.
all of this
And
for
Eduardo, I
new
think you have,
people.
some more details for us on that.
It's a regular
course.
video
I mean,
that
a good
anyone
boy is
who
spelled
joins us
B-O-I. It's
like
very
you can
important.
just watch it whenever you want.
Absolutely
You don't need the devs to
vital
do
and
this.
crucial information for you at home tap. No, I mean, clearly, we're talking.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is fucking ridiculous. I'm just muting them because they're explaining an Endure section, which they've done for the last like 10 developer pre-shows and post-shows. And I just want to talk about something else instead. Somebody had asked in previous streams, like a question that's come up is like, why do they do this so often when they have nothing to talk about? Like 3 days a week doing these developer pre and post shows. Why go through all the effort when there's like nothing new that they ever really talk about or discuss? And I think these were probably originally planned to be much more involved. I think these were probably supposed to be their 3 days a week where they actually interacted with the community via this chat. But because it's been an entire month and they had to turn off text chat immediately on day one, and they haven't figured out how to put in place a simple profanity filter, there is no chat to interact with. So they have nothing left but the same like 5 talking points that they've had since before the game released. You know, talking about the general idea of it, how it works, how Endure works, the schedule for what days does it air at what time, and what days are there pre-shows, and you know, all of this kind of stuff. So yeah, I feel like a big part of this is why this has become so awkward and weird to see them talking about the same nothing over and over.
So one of the things, right? We saw Toby die. That was a really key scene.
I think a lot of it comes down
and a really
to
important
that.
point in
I
our
think
story.
they
What
intended
you've
for
kind of
this to
seen in
be
the scenes,
the
however,
days where they
that
talk
played
to the community.
yesterday, Orson vanished, the fog rolled
But
in.
they can't talk to the
Rachel's also
community.
looking for Faith. Now,
So they
now
have
while
nothing
that's
else to
kinda
talk about.
starting, you know, she's asking Eric. We're not quite sure, but there was a monster there. That's not a good sign. So again, you know, we've had kind of our peak. We've had the death of one of our characters that we know, like a lot of you in the audience really like, Toby. But as a result, we're kind of again setting up. We know that things are building up, and we want to go to the next part of it. We had Ingrid's funeral. Obviously, Toby probably needs some kind of memorial. You saw that the scene that's coming up, last rites. So again, You're going to enjoy that, we hope. Reminder, after that,
Oh, we're gonna
we will
enjoy
be
the
back
fuck
for
out of
the
it,
post-show.
Eduardo.
It'll be both myself and Layla. So for now, what we're going to say, the show starts in about a minute. Last chance to grab a glass of water. We're gonna sign off, and we hope you have a delightful time.
All right. Have a delightful time, everyone. Get your glass of water. Where's my hydrate homies in chat? Eduardo's the only one that makes me still watch this. Dude, like, honestly, I like the devs. I like the devs that show up on stream. I like Eduardo for all the jokes and everything we pull. I like Eduardo. I like Leia. I like Noah. Obviously, it's their job to be excited about Ascension. I'm sure anybody, you know, with two eyes and a working brain can see that Ascension is kind of, you know, to be not so brutal about it, let's say underperforming. And I think the fact that they still come out and do their thing, and I'm sure they're really cool people, and I'm sure when they signed on to this project, they probably were like super hype to be like, I'm working on a Silent Hill game. They probably didn't know what they were in for the majority of this. Like,
Piece of garbage. Hello?
here we are back in the laundromat. Yeah, this asset. I still need to read that whole huge background history of this asset. This entire environment is a stock asset, completely unmodified.
Hey, man. I know you're not supposed to be talking to me and all, but I need a favor. I left you a little something. Behind that washing machine that's always breaking down. Should be enough for you to go to the Silver Pines and buy everybody around on me. When you
Silver
do,
Pines. Is
make
this
it
the
so.
first time we got the name of the
Tell
bar?
them that Toby Sorelli said they can all go fuck themselves. You're probably wondering, why wouldn't Toby want to revel in all this beautiful chaos himself? It's because I'll be dead. Let's face it, the world's gonna be better off without me. So, I'm gonna finally do the right thing. Like you always seem to do. I just want you to know that well, you're the only real friend I ever had.
They were never. Oh
See you
God,
around.
I hate this writing so much.
Pick up the phone.
I hate it so much.
Hello? Toby?
His phone like barely made a sound. Fell in slow motion. All right. Time to follow Ingrid into the woods. Fuck Orson. Follow your ghost mom.
You'll take me to Orson, Mama? Promise?
Of course.
She never said she would
Take
do
my
that.
hand. We will go together.
I just want him to be okay.
There now. Let Mama take care of things.
How much further is it, Mama?
This doesn't even line up with the. Oh.
Mama? Ugh. Orson?
Cheryl?
Faith? Faith?
Cheryl!
Where are you?
Josh? Jason!
Whoa! Careful.
Oh, sorry. I
Zach Baggins?
didn't see you there.
Oh.
You haven't seen a dog, have you?
That could have been us.
A dog? No, I'm looking for my daughter.
Your daughter. Did you lose her?
She must have wandered off.
My pup got off the leash.
Yeah, she said the
and I've been
thing.
trudging through this pea soup for an hour. We could look together. Maybe your kids with my dog.
Yeah, okay.
I'm also
I've seen you
looking for
before.
rowan berries.
Foundation, right?
I think so.
Do you know where I could
My
find
wife
some?
used to go there.
I
before
make
she-
jams.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I'm all right. That's why I got the dog.
It
Thing
is what it is.
When she got sick, my wife wouldn't go see a doctor. She was convinced the Foundation could make her better. I was pissed. Mostly at her. I just couldn't bring myself to forgive her. Do you think I was wrong for being so angry at her?
His hands
She
aren't
just
animated.
wouldn't listen to me.
Most people's. Have
as
you
she
seen
got
the
sicker,
animations so far
She was
in this?
convinced the Foundation would cure her. And even though I knew
It's
they
a wonder
couldn't,
these
I knew
aren't just
some
like
part of me
still
was
images.
hoping it was all real.
The Foundation, it failed me too.
It did? I thought you were a senior member.
She's an acolyte.
I am. It's just... I'm not sure I believe in everything
God,
they
the-
teach anymore.
Sounds like you're wising up. Wish my wife did. They really did a number on her. Built her up, gave her a sense of power and
Yep.
control, only to trick her into giving them complete control over
We
her.
had this exact same conversation with a
She
different
was a shadow of
cameo
herself at the end.
with
Maybe
Toby
it's time
in
to
the
get out before
bar.
they do the same to you.
Like a
You hear
week or
that?
two ago.
There you are. I was looking for you.
It's a monster dog. Yeah,
Wait.
please kill her. Get her.
Come on, let's get you home.
Stop! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Back to the shadows, precious. The fucking golem. Why does everyone... Oh. God. Time for Eric to endure, everybody. Let's fucking go. Yeah, will there be a boss fight? Is Eric gonna face a boss today? He lost his best friend, Toby. The man who punched him in the face and said his family was gonna die and then threw a Molotov cocktail at them. His best friend in the whole world is dead now. Let's see if he endures. Again, are you serious? Oh yeah. It never ends. Boom. Perfect. No more QTEs. Wait, that's it? First time ascending. This is how a Silent Hill Ascension works. Daily live episodes are only about like 3 minutes of content, with about an hour of pre and post show from the developers, plus this crappy endure segment thing. What an episode! Yeah, you get like 3 minutes a day, 3 to 5 minutes a day. And then at the end of the week, they wrap it all up into like a 40-minute episode. Yeah, this was originally going to be daily for 8 months, but it's not 8 months anymore, Moogle, because they decided to only do Monday through Friday. It doesn't show new episodes on weekends. So, oh, is this a boss? Is this new? Am I crazy? No, this is old. Never mind. But yeah, because they extended it out, because it doesn't show on weekends anymore, but they're still showing the same amount of content, it's going to run for even more weeks. Didn't Jacob say in writing that the segments are 6 to 10 minutes, resulting in an hour of a TV show? That was originally what they said. And that was what like the first episode was. But I think they've been consistently getting shorter. We can check after this. Is this day 28 of the same cutscenes? Yes. Yes, it is. It's day 28 of the exact same Endure sequence that we've seen every single other day. Wasn't the record shortest like 45 seconds? I think like 42 or 43 seconds, something like that, was the shortest like individual episode block. Oh yeah, I don't know why I've got chat still hidden. You can have chat up. Hell yeah, community, you did it. I did it, we did it. I did my 1 QTE. Community, we're keeping Eric alive. 2,400 scam points, baby. Influence points, sorry. Man, it's been like a month and I still can't get that straight. I don't understand why I keep making that mistake. Influence points and scam points are so drastically different. And individual intellectual properties. Oh man, I can't wait to hear Eduardo and Layla recap the 3 minutes of footage we just saw. I know, it's going to be great because there's a new episode tomorrow. Yeah, no boss fight. Way to go. Toxic Dead Cell and 27 others making that correct prediction. No boss fight. Hard to imagine. But enjoy your well-earned scam points for that correct prediction. I'm surprised there was no boss. Here we go.
Welcome back,
Yeah.
everybody, to the Silent Hill Ascension post show. This is Eduardo, joined here by Layla. And Layla, well, we got to see
What did we
kind
see?
of the voicemail train keep on going.
Yeah.
The voicemail train.
How do I put this? I think I would have done the same, right? I think.
Yeah,
if
so
I were gonna go
Joy-
down like Toby, I would have also
Joy
called
died
my
and left
useless friend
a
to be like,
final
"You owe me this
voicemail
one."
to Toby. Now
Yeah,
Toby
that's the thing,
died
right? It's like, I mean,
and
there's
left a
that
final
parallel, right?
voicemail to
Joy calls Toby,
Eric.
Toby calls Eric. I don't
Yeah.
know who Eric's gonna call. Anyways, no, sorry, no
It's a
spoilers.
Ghostbusters.
It's like they've.
Ghostbusters. That's the
Oh
one.
my god.
But no, apart from that,
No.
you know, that's the thing is, we're kind of in the spot where, well, Eric's going to have to deal with that. We'll actually go into the decision that opened up as a result in a bit of a time. But I did want to point out, you know, Orson's missing, and we get the quick parallel with Faith. And I mean, Rachel got more than.
Why
she
is no one
bargained
answering their
for, to
phone
be
in
fair.
in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I mean, both Astrid and Rachel had a run-in.
Because it's
right? And I
2023.
think,
Nobody answers their fucking
if
phone
I'm gonna
anymore.
talk,
It's a
run-in
scam
with
call.
Dead Mom versus run-in with, again, our good boy BLI.
Text like a normal human being.
I might have to go with Dead Mom, you know, just all circumstances considered.
Yeah, it's reasonable. But again, if you also want to have your face eaten off by a dog, like our lovely audience member here that was part of the action, Well, cameos are there for you. You can win a cameo contest and also be part of the Silent Hill Ascension canon forever. Production team's gonna throw that up on screen, and Layla,
Silent Hill canon forever.
Well, the gist of it.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So you can be an extra in Silent Hill Ascension, taking part
They're
in
explaining
cameo
how cameos
contests,
work.
regularly. And cameo contests are entered with influence points. And I think, Eduardo, you have the details.
I'm going to hold my breath until I pass out.
We saw the action. The thing is, you as an audience member at home can be part of the Silent Hill Ascension.
Sorry, I just felt like I had to scream.
You can have your scene immortalized. You can be replayed thousands of times as people
I
watch
don't know
you
why.
die over and over again, which I'm sure a lot of you are eking of joy to know about. Now, to enter those, you need influence points. The reason we're talking to you about it is that the cameo contest happens regularly, but the one for today is closing soon. So if you're interested in that, highly recommend you go do that, enter it, come back, listen to us again, hopefully. But that's the thing with cameos, you are in the thick of the action. You just don't necessarily know what part might be yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might get to be a blood mage drug dealer.
Sometimes you get your face eaten off by a dog.
Or sometimes your name gets blurred out due to an error.
It's very memorable.
And your avatar's only on screen for like
no, that's it.
A fraction of a second before being drug off in an endure section, never to be seen again.
Today is where Eric gets a final voicemail from Toby where he asks Eric to fulfill his
and then you get replaced in the Tubi version anyway.
You know, there's no dog eating face here, but this was quite a I remember it reminded me strongly of how we started all of this.
Yeah, Toby getting that voicemail from Joy.
You see, okay,
Joy's was
I could
quite
sit here and talk about this laundromat asset for the next like 2 hours, and it would be a much more entertaining and informational segment than anything that they're talking about right now, and I'm very tempted to do it.
It's quite different tonally, but befitting of Toby.
Yeah, I actually like the message. I like it. I like it
I'll
when
save
Astrid
it.
tells her mother.
I'll save it. I'll save it for Friday.
I like it when our audience is making those decisions where it's kind of like fight back on it.
Friday.
Put yourself down, make it go forward, and you know.
Instead of Saturday being the recap day, I think I'm going to do it on Friday because Friday is the first.
All of the actions that Eric has mostly done are something that somebody else set in motion. Eric followed Rachel. Eric did something that Toby requested. Kind of gave.
We'll talk about it after this.
It was. Eric kind of like just went with the flow.
I don't want to miss any important information.
This is the first time, by the way, because we're gonna show what that decision is today. But you saw Eric for the first time in an endure scene. It's probably not the last. Eric is really coming into his own. He's becoming one of the characters, so to speak, to watch. And one of the things here that Layla, after all, Toby's gone, right? So somebody has to almost carry that legacy.
Yeah, it's kind of like, how in legal matters you can be a person of interest in a crime and it sounds cool, but it's actually a bad thing. I feel like it's the same vibe here. Eric is becoming a person of interest and a person for us to watch, and poor Eric.
Yeah, you're right. Person of interest in Silent Hill Ascension sounds horrible. Like in terms of
how
you're gone missing, you're gone dead. Something is not going well for you. After all, we saw the one audience member that got featured in our scene died. So let's remember, you don't want to really be.
What has Eric done? Why is Eric has literally done nothing but what Rachel tells him to do
today here? Because it's about
he
Eric
hasn't
and Toby.
acted on his own accord a single time.
How will Eric memorialize Toby, right? We heard what Toby wanted, but what
are
is
they
Eric
even
actually
talking
gonna
about?
do now
Eric is
that,
becoming a person
now that
of
the audience
interest.
can help, guide him in
First
his
of all, none of these
decision-making.
people
He got
are
the
interesting.
redemption choice,
Second
which
of
is
all,
deliver his
Eric is
spiteful
like the
send-off.
least
You
out
got
of
a
these
suffering
characters
choice,
who has done
toast
anything.
his memory, or the damnation choice, celebrate that he's gone. So
Like
a
all
real
he does is
range of,
listen to
like,
Rachel,
hey,
and all
here's this
Rachel
last
tells him
thing
to
that I
do
can
is
do
go
for
get
you
yelled at
too. I
by
will spit on
Toby.
your memory forever.
Yeah, and
At the
thing is,
bar,
right, we're
how
part of
will
the
Eric
development team,
memorialize
so
Toby?
You'd expect us to
Memorialize
be unbiased
Toby.
and let you kind of
Deliver
choose,
his
which we
spiteful
are.
send-off? What does that
But
even mean?
Also, let's be
Toast his
honest, Layla
memory,
clearly
celebrate that he's
wants
gone.
to have Eric deliver the spiteful send-off.
Absolutely. Listen, I have never claimed to be unbiased in my personal opinions. I'm only an unbiased developer, and I can compartmentalize my personal opinions from my habits as a producer, let me tell you. And in my personal opinion, this is Layla the host, not Layla the producer. You give him that send-off.
Yeah,
You give
no,
my
for
boy
sure.
what he deserves.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I want more spite. The spiteful is the part that gets to me, right? I like that. It's also at the bar, right? It's you gotta do it as well as you're a little bit more into that. Because people are gonna like lean in.
Buy everyone a
closely,
round
right?
of
They're
drinks
gonna,
and
like,
tell
get the
them to
first
fuck
drink. So
off.
by the time like that sedative is in, people
Oh, that's
are
what the
ready
voicemail
to listen.
was.
So like, hopefully, Eric delivers like
Okay.
a top tier speech. That's what I'm
Sorry.
looking forward to in this.
The information was already dripping out of my fucking ears.
Tomorrow, I believe
along
it's
with most of my
decision, so
brain
we're gonna probably
matter.
see the result of that quite soon, which is lovely to see.
Yeah, and I can actually double check that for us. You are correct. It will be closing tomorrow, so you guys got 24 hours to decide what Eric is going to do. And won't you look at that? Spiteful send-off already taking the lead. So, I guess we'll see what happens in 24. We've seen neck-and-neck decisions go back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, especially, we talked about the Toby
It's crazy
one on
how
Monday,
many
but,
of these
that really
decisions
went
have been
back
neck and neck.
40 to 41, 40 to 41% over and over again. So we'll see.
It's wild.
I know we said today was a low-key build-up of a show, right? You can't
Even
be
with all the
peaks, you gotta be
rallies
some
and
valleys.
imbalance in the voting
it's
system. It's
important to
crazy
me
how that just
personally
keeps
as a lover
happening,
of
huh?
Toby, so I'm excited to see what the audience
You'd think there'd be almost
Right.
no way
I mean,
for
the
that to
funeral is
happen
important.
with
It's part of the
rallies and the way
catharsis.
everything is set up, but
Ingrid's funeral
somehow
that
it just keeps
saw yesterday
happening.
was also an important scene. It was finally being able to bury the monster, so to speak, because let's be honest, she was horrifyingly present.
is the problem.
Still is, yeah.
Still
Past
is.
doesn't apply, sadly, yes. But no, had a lot of effect. I mean, and that's the thing is, it feels like the characters are finally happy she's not there, right? We saw Carl and Mete as well. That was a big thing for me. It's like they're finally happy. We'll delve a little bit more into that afterwards as well, because the thing is, Layla you mentioned again that redemption and damnation were really close. So I'm going to ask you, again, to kind of explain a little bit more about the Fate Hope system. A lot of our audience are, of course, aware, but we want to contextualize it in that sense of like, yesterday was really that back and forth.
Absolutely. So, in terms of the Fate and Hope, decisions, endurance scenes, and puzzles all contribute to whether characters will face redemption, suffering, or damnation in Silent Hill Ascension's finale. Their fate is decided across the length of the entire season. A character's hope needs to be high enough for them to survive a crucial story moment.
Sure.
Toby's hope was low.
Yeah.
It was so low.
Did.
I mean, part of that was also that like Toby was in a lot of the early endurance scenes, as to be fair, a lot of you in the audience were kind of getting your feet wet. We were trying
People
to figure
didn't
out
know
as
how
well,
anything worked.
how much we wanted you to
Toby got fucked.
How shall I put this delicately?
They kept giving him
trip over yourselves in the endurance scenes.
slider puzzles
So, part of that
to
happened.
raise his hope that
Now,
nobody
that
wants
said,
to
one of the
do.
important parts with that decision was it was a final fate decision. So length of the season doesn't necessarily mean that every character will be that last exact second. So pay attention. If you see again a decision come up with final fate, that's when the alarm bell should ring in your head. We didn't want to like highlight it too much. We did a bit, but when you see it again, definitely pay attention.
I'm sorry, pay attention to what?
Unfortunately, there are two things I guess you don't want to be, that we've learned from the show. You don't want to be in a Silent Hill Ascension, which is the person of interest or one of the first people to experience anything, right? You don't want to be the test case for sure. So again, rest in peace for Toby. I will personally miss you very much. I will see you again, I suppose, in all the replays.
Well, yeah, no, you get to see that again. And one of the things right here is, if you hadn't had the chance to check out the interview with Chris Cross on Monday, one of the big things we showed, as well with the interview with Martin Montgomery, was kind of that scene where like all of the decisions, because we saw kind of Toby's final fate decision, right? It was like this kind of huge tree. And one of the things is
Chris
lot
Cross
of it
and
was
Martin
based on
Montgomery
a lot of previous decisions that you made throughout
showing
the
us how
course of
the
first couple of weeks.
The things work,
So that wasn't
the
just
choices,
based
the
on
branches.
you making, as an audience, a single call. You made multiple calls over the course of the season that ended up in that exact situation. There were actually that scene actually had smaller variations that were based on some of the the decisions that you made earlier. So it's obviously the big finale, right? The final fate, that was a big part of what happened, but also things that you had decided earlier changed a lot of what
Nora,
happened
thank you for the
on
bit.
Toby's final
Toby did
moments.
nothing
And
wrong.
so that was really important. And do keep an eye out as you decide how things go. You'll notice as well, one of the—
We'll never find out
really
what happened
sharp,
at the
you'll
old
notice one of the
mill.
scenes that played called back to a decision because I doubted.
He might have
right?
done something
Rachel had
wrong.
doubted. That was actually a decision very early on, and that got called back, so to speak. And and you know, these decisions do affect how
that would require,
the
you know,
experience keeps being shaped up.
Yeah,
comprehensive
absolutely.
writing.
You know,
to actually
took me off guard, right, when we were
explain
watching
any
the
of it.
content, where I was like, because I doubted. Like she was doubting a couple weeks ago. So that's definitely one to keep an eye on. And as you were talking, I actually went and took a little peek-see at Eric's hope.
I know they have to
'cause
feed themselves and their families, but don't you see any moral quandary inherent in pretending to like this trash?
Shy of the middle, so
I mean,
you know,
it's
I think
not
it's gonna
any
take a lot of
worse
work to
than
keep, all of our
fucking
characters,
anybody
or any
who's
of our
had a job in
characters rather
retail
alive, but,
and
you
has
know,
had to
Eric
sell
seems to be
people
the most
things,
salvageable right now.
you know, upsell
to be
things
fair, Layla, we've
that they
talked a lot
know are
about which
pointless.
characters
If
we
you've
like,
ever
which
worked in a
character, you know, we're
GameStop
saddened
and had
by
to
the
sell a
death.
fucking
But let's be honest,
magazine
like,
subscription,
this
if
is
you've
a
ever
rough
worked
question I'm gonna ask
in a
you. Which
grocery
characters you
store and
actually
had to
would not
sell
mind seeing
somebody
the
a
backup,
fucking
so to speak? Again, we're in a horror
club
series,
member
right? You know,
card or
there should be
whatever.
a character at least that you're
Like,
like, yeah, I want to. You know what? If this person
it's a
saw
job.
an untimely fate, that
It's a job.
definitely
You can't talk shit on the people who pay your paycheck.
We have no spoilers.
And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make this seem as
okay.
likable and inviting as possible, in the off chance that somebody tuning in will see this and go, I like them. This sounds neat. I will participate. Because it's their fucking job.
Makes sense to me that there's shrouded in mystery. I mean, we saw the fog again show
That's all
up
it
in
is.
Norway, and actually, kind of entertainingly, if you wanted a good ending for me, the character you'd want to see the back of is the fog clearing.
Okay, the fog being a character, that's very literary of you, Eduardo.
I mean, it is a key trope actually of, you know, the franchise, the fog, and that's one of the things is whenever I see that damn fog, I know something's up. It's almost like a key signal. I'm trained to know that something's up. And I mean, we saw it when the kid's missing, right? Like we saw it when Ingrid shows up. We saw it as well, I believe, at the farm with, you know, Forager, Carl, and Eva. So again,
oh, come on, talk more about Forager.
I also remember seeing
talk more about Berryman.
Close to Toby's end. So yeah, turns out, I mean,
that's
you know,
it.
The monsters are
just
really
a slight
good villains, but nothing's as
muttered mention.
There's a little bit of mist.
As a little bit of damp air, yeah. Listen, it seems like you've got Pavlov's fog. Every time you see it, you start to salivate. It's yeah, you know, that's again very literary of you, but I do agree. I think if there's anything, any sign
where's the CEO? Is he ever coming back? No.
Higher visibility, right? You want
he was there on day 1,
in front of your face.
and he came back to address
that's
complaints on day 2 in a super defensive manner.
Now we're actually moving,
and then he said he doesn't plan on returning to the streams ever again.
Yep, development updates for sure. I was gonna say being able to, you know, see ahead of you, not so great in Rachel's position where again our audience member got the vote. But again, so one of the things we like to do here on the Wednesday hosted show is to talk to you about the development updates, because we want to make sure that you, the audience at home, are informed about how things are evolving, what we're doing. A lot of you are sending in feedback, so it makes sense, and we really want to make sure that you understand how things are changing. So our production
Nub is the only person streaming Ascension.
Layla's going to walk you through
that also means that you all are the only people watching Ascension.
Absolutely.
So we're part of a very
new puzzle pathways,
prestigious
new levels for existing puzzles. So if you're a fan of puzzles, good day for you.
Group
There's
of people
also
right
continuing
now.
Stability improvements and fixes to indoor stream buttons and interactions. And if you're sharp of ear, you may have actually heard
Thanks
me
for
refer to
being here with
pathways,
me.
In the pre-show by its quite literal definition. So Eduardo, you got some detail there?
Yeah, of course. So, and by the way, when we're on the development team, and sometimes we have guests. that also use development terms. So because we're in development updates, this is a good
Puzzles,
time
new
for you
puzzle
guys,
pathways.
to hear this, we might use terms
Continuing
that we
stability
use internally in
improvements,
our
fixes
team
to
that we have
indoor
changed.
stream buttons and
We usually try
interactions.
to clarify those for you, but try to spot them as you go. Try to spot what we're like, how we've been discussing these things internally, how things are different. But anyways, yes.
Pop
so the
goes
detail,
the lingo is the name of the game.
So goes the lingo. But again, Pathways is new. It's free today, first level. You get to enjoy it. It's in the Arcane Library, so it's not a mindfulness puzzle. It won't change characters' hopes, but it's part of your enjoyment and entertainment. It's already live, so we're going to be hanging out again.
It's
in
just
this
there
show
for
a
our
couple of minutes.
enjoyment.
Don't worry, we're not going to keep you away from Pathways. If you
They
wanted
gave
to
us
try it out,
Pathways just for
couple of
fun.
minutes away. Again, new levels, bug fixes. We want to improve things as we go along. So our puzzles
can't
keep
wait.
advancing. We know a lot of you enjoy.
Who's
being
ready
able
to see
do
some
these, so
Pathways
we wanna
after
keep
this?
enjoying delivering them to you. Stability improvements.
Who's hyped for some
across the board. We wanna make
Pathways?
sure you have the best experience. Again, update your app if you're on phone. But again, the idea is we're improving things as they go. Finally, Enduro Streams, I'll explain a bit more. So the thing is, one of the tricks with it is that all of your, every browser, every device is different. So a lot of you have actually been writing into us. You've been telling us, I have this issue. This is the device I use. This is what's going on. So when you're telling us those problems, we fix them for you. And again, Silent Hill Ascension lasts a while. So
Don't worry, they're fixing the
we
problems.
believe that if you keep going with us, you're very interested in having a better experience, and we're very interested in delivering that better experience to you. So
Don't worry,
please do write
I
in.
don't have to
So
submit
one of the
any
ways
of my
is
glitches because the
feedback@nvidia.com,
developers
but you
just
can do
watch
it
me
within your
directly.
app. So our production team's showing that on screen.
Hi,
So
developers.
This is a place.
Hi, Ascension
Settings is
devs.
by the little wheel that's next to Layla's head. Then account, again, next to Layla's head. Once you click that, you can click on support contact and get in touch if you face any issues. Our team looks at it and tries to evolve things as we go. So that's a really big key. We really want to thank all of you who do write in.
Look at the updated settings
not just
menu.
Again about the issues you face, but parts of the story you've been enjoying, different aspects of the show that
Amazing.
you like seeing, that you wish you saw more of. We're always happy to hear from all of you across the world at any time what's been up, so to speak. And we hope that these development updates are also helpful in that regard to kind of help push back.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you
Romanticor.
for all that, Eduardo.
One of the
We are,
producers
with
is
that,
subscribed to me on
nearing the end
YouTube.
of our show. So it's
And
right back to you to
mentioned
take
in an
us out.
interview that he
Sure.
watches
So,
Ascension through
again,
the stream.
We saw the kids are missing. That was a big thing today. Saw Orson missing. That segued right into Rachel trying to find Faith.
Pretty sure that's why you haven't
big
got any
thing,
cameos
as
and
Joy left
probably
a
won't.
voicemail
They
to
hate you,
Toby,
Nub.
Toby leaves
Maybe.
voicemail for Eric. As
I'm,
Layla
the
pointed
thing
out,
is, like,
not the same tone. So you got a decision to make.
I'm
It's gonna
trying
last
to make my
24
stream
hours on
entertaining,
what you'd like
and
to
Ascension,
see.
in my opinion,
Again,
is hot
when we're
garbage.
done with this, you get
And
to
that's how
try
streams work.
Pathways
I'm
for free.
sharing my
That's
experience with you all
essentially
live. I'm
directly
sharing my
puzzles in the Arcane Library. You get to enjoy
feelings
that right
on the
away.
game,
So now I'm gonna ask the
honestly.
production team to put up the graphic for next
And I feel like
shows. So
compared to
we
a lot
on
of
the show
people,
team, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
I try
pre-show,
to give fairly
5:40 p.m. Pacific.
coherent
right after the show
feedback
that
and
is
criticism.
every weekday at
Like,
6
there's a lot of
p.m.
times where I
Pacific.
am
Again, if
just
you've been
kind
watching
of
us for a
losing my
while,
mind
we
and
did
yelling
make
at
a
it.
change. So
But
we
there's
moved
also a lot of
from
times where
every
I've
day
tried to, like,
weekdays. That helps, essentially.
calmly
That's part
and
of
rationally
actually your
explain why
feedback at
something
home.
is not
You were
particularly
essentially,
good
a lot
and
of
how
you
it can be
wanted to catch up with the
improved.
story, but we're having trouble doing so on weekends, and we felt that it was best to keep delivering the story you wanted to see in a way that made sense to your schedule as best as possible. So again, that change happened. But Layla, I know. Last little thing, right? I know Toby's off, but who's your next favorite now? Who's your new champion?
Oh, now that Team Toby has been eliminated, who's your new team?
This is fun because I do have to actually decide live.
Eric.
I was not prepped for this.
No,
but,
you were not.
Eric.
This is part of the fun.
This is part of the fun. Eduardo does like to trick me sometimes. I'm split between Mete and probably
Ava.
Astrid.
Huh.
I think I'm Team Norway right now.
Team Norway.
To be honest, I really like the drama.
Team
between
Johansson.
Astrid and Mete. Like, what the fuck is going on? Was a
Yeah,
great
Toby's
line.
fucking dead, Romanticor.
And I loved watching you, Layla, and Noah on Monday, essentially rolling with Escandalo. Unfortunately, I don't have a fan, but I will maybe back when I was at school, I made paper fans. Maybe I'll do that. So Anyways, for all of you at home, that's going to be end of our show tonight. We don't want to keep you too long from trying pathways and from enjoying the rest of your day, evening, wherever you are around the world. So again, we're going to be back, as we said, weekdays, rain, shine, or fog. Take care, everybody.
Bye, Eduardo. Bye, Layla. We'll see you Friday. Bye. Oh, shit, everybody. It's time for pathways. We sacrificed stones so that we could have pathways. Who's ready for pathways? Draw one continuous line through all the spaces without going back. The goal of this puzzle is to fill in all the spaces. Here we go. Tap or drag to fill in all the empty fields. You can move horizontally and vertically. To redo your path, just drag your line back the way it came. You must fill in all the empty tiles while avoiding the obstacles. Some levels may have hidden obstacles that only appear when you run into them. You can completely clear the path you've drawn if you need to. Now draw a path through all the spaces. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Okay. This has been added for our enjoyment. Still no music, still only very basic sound effects. So let's get this music going again. Great. My enjoyment. My ears, God, it is so loud. Just mute it. Okay, you always have to start here, I guess. No regrets, chat. Yeah, again, shout outs to Yami Angelus for sacrificing 20 hard-earned dollars for us to have this experience. That $20 season pass, courtesy of Yami. Really getting our value out of it. Well, that's Pathways. Where's that going on the puzzle tier list, everyone? I'm thinking that's a solid D. I'm thinking that's like a maybe a C. You think a C tier, Christophonics? E? Cringe tier? Pathways was fire. So it's S tier for Chosen. Has fishing returned? Let's see. Oh, thank fuck we got something good out of today. It's all been worth it. Oh, they changed the color of the bar. It's actually green now instead of yellow. I wondered about that because it called it green in the description, but it looked yellow. Apparently it was a bug and it was just supposed to be green, and they fixed it. What the fuck? There's fishing? Yeah. Haven't you ever played a Silent Hill game before? Come on. Of course there's fishing. This is Silent Hill after all. Come on, give me that fucking fish. Rare fish. 3 stars, baby. Master cylinder. All right. It's about respecting yourself. We need to contribute and we need to watch our catch-up videos. What will Rachel tell Eric about Faith's disappearance? Oh, by the way, they added a thing to disable the autoplay that was super fucking annoying. So, you know, quality of life there. While at the Foundation, Rachel lost track of her daughter. Searching through the building, she couldn't find Faith anywhere. She attempted to reach Eric, but her call didn't go through. Rachel is getting more and more worried by the minute and must decide what she will tell her husband next time she sees him. What will Rachel tell Eric about Faith's disappearance? The Foundation failed us. I lost her. Have faith. You lost your daughter named Faith? And one of the choices is have faith. I'm going with have faith. Just have faith. No, literally, just have her. Then she will no longer be missing because she has been obtained. At the bar, how will Eric memorialize Toby? Deliver the spiteful send-off, toast his memory, or celebrate that he's gone? Celebrate that he's gone. Despite everyone constantly saying how good of friends Eric and Toby were, we only ever saw them yell at each other, punch each other, not even punch each other, just Toby punch Eric. Toby threatened Eric's family and then showed up at their church, the Foundation, and threw a Molotov cocktail into the room, into a small crowded room where the entire Hernandez family was. Well, I guess Faith wasn't in there at the time, but Eric and Rachel were. Celebrate that he's fucking gone. Puzzle tier list, what's the best? I didn't realize there was a poll going. What's the best? Nobody said tiles, nobody said guitar, nobody said car repair, 21% said fishing, 79% said it's a scam. I love it. All right. Car repair is a minigame? It sure is. And it's not actually car repair. It's Pipe Dream? Is that the name of the NES game? Where you're connecting the pipes to make the water? Yeah, Pipe Dream. Well, it's PC and a bunch of other stuff. I remember playing it on NES. But yeah, that's all it is. Hell yeah, phase 4 unlocked. Let's watch our daily catch-up videos. Riveting. That sure was amazing. Let's watch this one. Amazing. Love it. Let's watch this one. Dog Day Afternoon. Wow, what a recap. Oh yeah, I was going to check the episode length. Episode 1 was 51 minutes. Episode 2 was 46 minutes. Episode 3, 38 minutes. This week so far is 44 minutes. But yeah, they have been consistently getting shorter. And none of them has hit the 1 hour mark the way Jacob said weekly episodes would be. Meow, 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 meow. I have a theory that Orson and Faith swap places. Rachel sees Orson and Astrid sees Faith. I mean, eventually they got to tie these damn stories together. You would think. So, presumably, stuff is going to start crossing over. And the children obviously are important characters because they are the chief creative officer's children. Like, Orson is played by Stephen Bugai's son, and Faith is played by Stephen Bugai's daughter. They're not AI voice acting. It's his children. Well, it might be AI trained on his children's voices reading lines, allegedly. Can't prove that or anything. Rest in peace, my Toby is Orson's father theory. I mean, just because Toby's dead doesn't mean he couldn't still be. Toby is Carl's father. If they did some kind of cool time travel thing all of a sudden, and it just goes full schlock, I'd be on board. If it went completely ridiculous, it'd be better than boring shit. Right now, the worst thing about bad writing, like if you have bad writing that's over the top, it can still be stupid entertaining. Like, but when you have stuff like this where it's just for the most part really flat and boring and uninteresting, that's worse. Like, that's so much worse. I'd love it if they did some crazy time travel stupid schlock shit all of a sudden. Has it been established the Norway stuff happens at the same time as the Pennsylvania stuff? No. Technically, no. We don't even know that these two timelines are happening concurrently, because our only connecting thread between the two storylines right now is one character named Zane, who we've only seen in like the other world. And he seems like a character sort of out of time and place from both locations. I mean, he seems to be more in line with the Foundation, but yeah. Oh yeah, he's also referred to as Voyager in the credits. Whatever the fuck that means. But yeah, I've got some points. The new cameo entry is up. Let's get some tickets. Let's get some boxes. Let's play what's in the box. And let's wrap it up before my internet chooses to completely die, because it's kind of been a piece of shit this entire night. There we go. Prediction is up. It's time to play everyone's favorite interactive scam point prediction game, What's in the Box? It's very easy. By watching the channel, you should have scam points, and you can wager those scam points by clicking a little thing in your chat window if you're watching here on Twitch, and making a prediction of what will be in this box. We have 5 boxes to open. And inside these boxes, it could be a sticker or emoji, it could be a cosmetic, it could be a piece of art or flair, or it could be a duplicate item. So stickers and emojis are exactly that, stickers and emojis that are used in the chat. Cosmetics are things worn by your avatar. Art and flair are things like avatar borders and loading screens. And then duplicate item could be any of those things that we have gotten before. It will say duplicate and it'll just give me some points instead of an item. So, box number 1 out of 5. What's in the box? It's a duplicate. It's a duplicate. Nub is starting to recap like the pre-shows. That's the whole... Never mind, Tanoshi. I sure am. We sure are. We're explaining it for all the newcomers who are tuning in, who've never gotten to play What's in the Box before. Just like all the newcomers today for Ascension, who never experienced the Endure sections. Yeah, box number 1 was a duplicate item. 11,642 scam points were wagered on duplicate item, which was the most points for any of those choices. Congrats to Reepsy Poo and 13 others. Let's go ahead and start the next prediction. There it is. It's open. You can use your scam points now to wager. What do you think will be in box number 2? Box number 2 out of 5. What's in the box? Will it be a sticker emoji? Will it be a cosmetic? Will it be art flair? Or will it be a duplicate item? Yeah, like we were talking about this, but as days go on and we start unlocking more and more things, duplicate item percentage of happening increases and the percentage of all the other categories will decrease. I have no idea how many things are in the pool that you can get through these boxes. And it would be pretty fucking silly if we get to a point where it's nothing but duplicate items. We get absolutely everything unlocked in like the first month, which seems to kind of seem like what's happening. This thing that's supposed to have run for 6, 8, 12 months has only got a month worth of shit. Anyway, predictions are in. 11, excuse me. Let's see what's in there. I got the wrong results up. What's in the box? What's in the fucking box? It's a cosmetic. An uncommon avatar top inner burgundy V-neck. No way to know how much of the items you have so you can spend money on nothing? That's right. That's absolutely correct. You could spend actual real dollars on influence points, spend them all on shit to get loot boxes, and then get absolutely nothing but duplicates. Congrats to Chucking Dice and 9 others who correctly predicted cosmetic. 22,000 scam points going out to those correct predictors. What's in the box? Next prediction is open. Duplicate being 100 points is a ripoff? Oh, it absolutely is. I mean, the whole fucking interacting with Ascension is a ripoff. Like, the whole thing is a scam. That's the whole point. We're doing our best to have fun. with this dumpster fire. So what's in the box? Use your scam points. Tell me what you think will be in the next loot crate in this Silent Hill game in the year of our Lord 2023. 9,300 points thinks it's going to be a duplicate item. 10,300 points. What's it going to be? Yeah, it doesn't even matter the rarity. It's always 100 points. Let's see. What's in the fucking box? It's a duplicate. The uncommon emoji ammo box. We already have that. Well done, duplicate predictors. We've still got some boxes to open, but 27.9 thousand scam points going to Blood Blossom and 13 others. Very well done. Next prediction is open. Still have a couple opportunities to make up some scam points. Or if you hit a big win, you could turn it into even more scam points. And those scam points, let me tell you, those scam points are about to be at an absolute all-time high premium value. Because the biggest Nub Zombie interactive live experience canon decision is coming up on Friday. On Friday, we're going to be doing a really big recap. I'm going to recap the entire month. We're going to go back to the very beginning and we're going to talk about all of Ascension that has happened in depth since day one all the way up until December 1st, which will be this Friday. And everyone is going to decide with you during a poll with your scam points, are we done with Ascension after a month of this? Or do we keep going? So you're going to want those scam points. And this is your opportunity to get them and save them for Friday. So let's see how many people predicted correctly. What's in this box? What's in the fucking box? The legendary emoji snarler. That is an emote / sticker. You've had that 3 times now? No, I've had 3 different snarlers. And the rule is that if it doesn't show up as a duplicate on this screen, it's not a duplicate. $30.6 thousand scam points going to Tanoshi03 and 7 others who correctly predicted sticker emoji. Show us the emoji collection you've got. Sure, I'll do that after this. We've got one more box to open. Final box for the day. There's a canon decision on Friday. This is your fair warning to save up your scam points. This Friday, we're going to be watching the new episode of Ascension. We're going to be watching the developer pre and post show. And we're going to be doing a full month recap, all of Ascension from beginning to the end of November, all on Friday. We're covering the whole story. And then I'm going to put it to a vote for everyone who's here. And you'll be able to use your scam points to influence the votes. Will Ascension keep going? Do we keep doing this? Or do we just go back to playing good Silent Hill games, story playthroughs of the original games, speedruns of the original games, until something else comes out like Silent Hill 2 Remake or something? And we just forget all about Ascension. So that'll be up to you. I can't decide what to do. So I'm just going to leave it up to you and your scam points. All right. Prediction has ended. Final box. What's in the box? Final chance for today's stream And it is an epic emoji hanger happy, which I'm pretty sure is a duplicate, but it's not listed as a duplicate. So it's an emoji. It's a sticker emoji. I'm pretty confident I've got this exact one. I've got all the grandma booty emotes, the grandma nutsacks. But that's not how the game works. We go by this, and it didn't say duplicate. So 33.4 thousand scam points going to Legate, Breaker, and 7 others. Enjoy your scam points. Like I said, those scam points are going to be the most valuable that they've ever been this Friday, because we're going to put it to a vote and let you decide what will be the future of Nub Zombie Interactive Live Experience canon. Will we go forward with Ascension? Or do we say, fuck this dumpster fire, a month is enough, and go back to doing enjoyable Silent Hill games until something else comes out? But that's it. That is it. Emote collection, sticker collection. Here's my emojis. I got the fish, fire, eyes, faces, crystal ball, bat, clock, clouds, influence point symbol. You know, your standard emojis, monkey, party poppers, silly ghost, Genvid logo. Where's our good ones? Look at this. The channeling stone. Oh yeah, sorry, chat's in the way. There you go. We'll start again at the top since you didn't get a good look. Look at all that. Look at that. Genvid logo. Silly monkeys. Channeling stone. Whatever this is. Vagina face. Grandma booty nutsacks. Chainsaw. Ball gag egg number 1. Grandma booty number 2. Ball gag egg number 2. Snarler number 1. See, look, there isn't another Snarler. We've definitely had that one before, but for some reason they don't always say if they're a duplicate or not. So sometimes you get scammed out of your measly 100 duplicate points because it doesn't properly say something's a dupe or not. Yeah, look at all these great, the bloody VHS tape, baseball bat, shotgun ammo, characters doing face palms, and then the stickers. Look at the stickers, everyone. Dog in the UFO. Remember the dog ending? Remember the UFO ending? Remember Silent Hill? Astrid doing science. It's trauma. This one's my favorite. The 2 little weird bondage monsters, like skipping happily away. Masahiro Ito used to draw little cute versions of Pyramid Head and the nurses and the Silent Hill 2 monsters. He would do like basic little pen ink chibi style drawings of his monsters that he's posted out there, and this reminds me of that type of artwork. It reminds me of Ito and better artwork, better, cuter artwork. That's my favorite. Oh, Meep. Meep stream sniping me with stickers. You feta menfon, or what are the words? Tassadul? Is Tassadul here? Feta Meta Fawn and Bon. I got that one. I got that one too. Anyway. Let's go raid somebody. If you stick around for the raid, you'll get some extra scam points. Like I said, you're really gonna want those scam points for Friday. So Friday, we're gonna have a big decision. Friday is December 1st, and we have officially done this for a full month. And we need people to decide, do we keep doing it or do we not do it? It's been a month. Nobody in the story has even said the words Silent Hill. The location has not even been remotely mentioned. So, I mean, for all intents and purposes, this is not Silent Hill. It's not even trying to be Silent Hill. It's, other than the title of the thing itself, there is no Silent Hill anything about it. So I question going forward with it and continuing to follow it the way that we have been. So it's up to you guys. It's up to you. If Nub not paying attention, what? I'm sorry. They got tired of people spamming shady emote. Shady emote changed. Oh my god, breaking news. Nub's not paying attention. The emote changed. I don't care. Do you not hear the words that are coming out of my mouth right now? Where I'm trying to explain to you all that I don't want to do this anymore, and I'm leaving it up to you to decide if I even keep doing this after December 1st. Because I cannot give any more shits, even in a joking manner, in regards to Silent Hill Ascension. Let alone that they changed the fucking shady emote. God. All right, let's raid somebody. I need to get out of here before my mind completely explodes and my internet dies.